So hello and welcome back to SJ Cartier Limited Convos. And today I'm going to talk about something. Today I'm going to talk about something that me and my partner was talking about yesterday, and it was concerning something to do with us as adults now, and at what age should we actually learn how to cook. So we was watching Pop the Balloon, as we do. We use it as a little thing where we get together in the night, and it's something we kind of both enjoy. Kind of makes us look at our relationship and see what we've got, and see if we actually even want the same things they want, or are glad we found someone that does the things they're looking for. And one of the things that we was watching was, and someone said they aren't able to cook. So when they said that, now I'm stating, I'm a bit confused why any adult, whether male or female, does not know how to cook. So as I say, this is a little message for the younger generation as well. Learn how to cook. And this is the reason why I believe males and females need to both learn how to cook, and should be able to learn how to cook when they're above the age of, let's say, 30, I'd say, easily. And I'm going to go into the reasons of this. So as a male, you grow up, and if you live in your mother's house as a man, could you be seen as a man yet? Because this was the statement that I made. If you are an adult male or female and you're unable to actually cook at this moment in time, you are not actually a man or a woman. You're actually a boy or a girl. And the reason I say that is because as a man, you must be able to cook for your partner. You must be able to cook for your children. You must ultimately be able to cook for yourself. And that's whether you're a young boy growing up in your parents' home, you must at least see your mother cook certain things. And there was something my partner said. Funnily enough, we see that in Caribbean households, it's a lot more people are able to cook for themselves than they are in a normal British culture, because in a Caribbean culture, there is a lot more actual cooking and chefing going on in the household. And I agree with that, but then I also disagree that in the fact of the matter, no matter whether you grew up in an English, Jamaican, Indian, Chinese household, your parents at some point, at least once a week, are cooking food. At least once a week. So for us as Caribbeans, we must know how to cook chicken, because that's all our parents, we get fed chicken all our life. As an English person, you probably must know how to cook bacon and all those things, and make roasties from scratch, I don't know. And what I said was you must be able to cook a good steak, because you're British and at some point your parents must cook steak. So there's certain things throughout our life as a male, we will see things from our parents and learn how to cook. We will go and live on our own because now we have grown up as men and we have moved out. So we now have to learn how to cook for ourselves. And then when you move out alone, this is a message for the kids, it is a lot cheaper to actually buy the food and cook the food yourself than to eat takeaways, or to buy food to just throw in the microwave or the oven quick. It's more expensive that way. So to actually have a cheaper living, you actually need to cook food, and actually have to have a better nutritional food in your belly. You need to actually learn how to cook food. So as a man, you need to be, when you're single and you've moved out of your mother's and now you have become a man, you have to learn how to cook food, because it is better for your pocket, it is better for your health. And ultimately, you aim to be with a woman or have a partner where you now may have to cook for her, and then that will lead to children, where you now have to cook for your partner and your children. And you have to be able to cook a proper meal, because you can't be... So something I laugh at, I like to cook every Sunday. Like Sundays is my cooking day throughout the week. I try not to ultimately overly put in the work to cook, but if I have to cook, then I have to cook. Luckily for me, I have a partner, so my partner obviously takes a couple of the days to actually cook up something. But on some of the other days, we call them easy days, where we just actually throw things in the oven and just put the timer on and wait. Now, for me as a man, when it's that time of an easy day for my partner, and she's deciding she wants an easy day, Imagine if it was just another easy day because I can't cook. How healthy would the children be? How healthy would the children be eating? How healthy would you and your partner be eating? So you have to be able to cook as a man. If you're not a man and you've grown up and you're not able to cook, this is your incentive now. Learn to cook. If you have to, go to a cooking course, go to college and learn cooking. Whatever you have to do, go to a friend's and learn cooking. Or go to your mother's or your parents or another elderly person to learn cooking. Go, if you're a male, you could go to females who know how to cook and learn how to cook from a female that you may be having sexual intercourse with. Now, as a woman, the first ultimate instinct is, of course, most women should know how to cook because at some point they should have children or aim to have children. And take that back, not at all point women need to or have to want to have children, but a higher percentage of women do want to have children. So the fact that they mostly want to have children, they have to be ready to be a mother. And to be a mother, you have to be able to cook for your children. You have to be able to cook for your partner. You have to be able to cook for a man to get a man. So I said to my partner, it's mad because if I come to your house and when I come to your house, I can say I've come from a single lifestyle where I can say I wasn't doing as much cooking as I say we should be because it was a lot more expensive and a lot more money to just spend on what food we really needed. But as you start living in a family, you start to realise you have to pull out my cooking skills that I learned from young and start cooking a lot more and chefing up. So that's what I started doing. But I said to my partner, if I come to your house and you could not cook proper food, or I'm coming to your house and there's a lot of oven things in your freezer and all these things and there's no fresh food, I'm not really we would not have made it this far at all because you can't cook. You ain't a woman for me, let alone she's older than me. So the fact that she's 12, 13 years older than me, you must be able to cook from my understanding. You got 3 children, you must be able to cook. And if you can't cook, you ain't a woman for me. Because for one, as a woman, you have to be able to feed your man. And you can't be feeding your man junk food. And you can't be ordering food, takeaways every day just to feed you and your kids. It's not a lifestyle for any woman, any man, any kids, any person. So, my little message today, and I hope you all enjoy this little conversation. Let me know. Do you know adults that can't cook, and do you class them as boys or girls? And I'm going to say this as well because my partner said something very key as well that I'm going to add in the points here now. She said some people don't actually have time to cook, so they haven't been able to learn to cook because they've had careers to build. And I get that there's some people living that luxurious lifestyle where you have bloody butlers and you just order takeaways. I come from the road, so when I come from the road, as I said before, I had a lot more money around me to just go takeaways and just order food or buy all those junk oven food meals if I have to, because I can't be asked to cook. And I'm only cooking for myself, so I'm not really bothered. I'm not cooking for my kids because I didn't have no kids. I ain't cooking for no woman because we just had a takeaway. What I'm trying to say. So I understand that I didn't need to cook, but that does not mean that I should not know how to cook, if that makes sense. So the fact that I wasn't cooking does not mean I shouldn't be able to cook. And that's the key point. It's not that you need to cook, because you could be ordering a good dinner every night from someone that actually can chef better than you. I don't know, you might have that money to actually be able to do that. But when you ain't got that money and you're trying to grow up and you're building up yourself, you need to be able to cook. And if you don't, you're not going to be a man or a woman until you are able to. Because as a man, you're not able to cook for yourself. You're not able to cook for your family, your partner if you need to. You're not able to cook for your partner and your children if you have to. As a woman, you're not able to cook for a man to get a man. You're not then able to cook for your man and your kids if you get a man and a kid. And you're not able to cook alone at home yourself. It's dead. Imagine your parents now. You have to go and look after your parents. And you need to be cooking proper veg and giving your parents food. If you can't cook and they need that food, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Your parents that actually cooked food for you as you grew up, what are you going to do? So a little message for the kids. A little message for the adults that can't cook. Please learn to cook. And tomorrow, I'm actually going to go into another topic about being a man, because as I say, there was a few conversations we had over this Pop the Balloon, and my next topic's going to be basically about men, and I'm just going to give you an insight into me and show you, like, I feel like I've grown up as a man, and I've grown up as a man because I don't feel the need to cheat, and I feel like there's a lot of my past that has allowed me, enabled me to do that. But I also think it's a mindset, because what I say to my partner, I've said it to her from the beginning, as a man, it's instincts when we notice a woman. It's instincts, it's like nature. Like a pretty bird flies, all the birds will notice that bird. Whether they go to that bird is another thing. And I say, like, even in Ramadan, this is why even in Ramadan we get a little bit of leeway if you was to spot a woman. It's not about if you spot something sexual or you see something sexual. It's about if you focus on something and then become with those thoughts. And I've said, I feel like I've grown up as a man because I was a little boy running around chasing gal every day. And I had 2 women before me, and I'm still chasing gal. Now I've got this third woman, lucky number 3, third time lucky, let's just say. Third time lucky, I got this one. Now, I don't chase no girl, I don't look at girl. Not to take that back, I've spotted girls, but my instinct in my mind flips to, I don't need to look at that, and I ain't even looking at that to give that no energy. So that's me as a man growing up, and I think some men don't get that, and also think as a woman, some women don't get that. Women also have that, they don't have that immediate nurture to, that immediate thought plan to look like a man does, but they will take it further to that stage, and it's only little girls that do those things. And I'm going to just delve into it a bit more and give you a little bit of insight into my thought plan about whether you have a partner or not. Like, I understand some people want to live a kind of swinging lifestyle and do that. I get that. But for the people that are saying they're living an honest lifestyle and trying to tell their partners they're living that, what makes you step out? Is it because you're not ready for that relationship, or you're still immature in your nature? Because me as a man, I've realised I'm able to look away and I see something. I'm able to turn away and see something. I'm able to see something, look at me and look away like now. And it's quite maturing to say. Let's just say that. So I'm just going to delve into it just a little and talk about that, because as I say, we love Pop the Balloons. I watch Too Cold and I watch Arlette. I watch Too Cold on mine YouTube, and I watch Arlette on my partner's YouTube. So they both get a bit of hits because it's something we both watched. Bloody when we got together, we was enjoying a bit of the Pop the Balloons and a little bit of romance while we're gaining our own little romance and building our own little romance. But yeah, I'm going to go into that tomorrow. So yeah, thank you for joining SJ Cartier Limited Convos today, and let me know what you think. Are adults, boys and girls, if they can't cook, or can they still be a man and a woman because they're paying for everything? They don't need the need to cook. They've got chefs or butlers, or I don't know, whatever the excuse is why they don't cook. So, or why they didn't learn to cook at any point. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments, and thank you for joining SJ Cartier Limited Convos today. Have a good day.